Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. World Class Clown with Robert Bass is going to begin shortly. This cat's going to be late to his own funeral. In the meantime, let's see. And just like that, it's another Thursday night. Welcome to World Class Clown with Robert Bass on the Indie Escape Network. Unfortunately, Robert is a little behind schedule. So you have JW and I. JW from Generation Movie and Loud and Nerdy, which is on the Indie Escape Network on Monday and Tuesday nights. Oh, I forgot to unmute JW. JW, how the hell you doing?
I'm good. I was thinking to myself, I need more shows on the network. I need another night of the week where I just show up and spew pop culture madness. So this is interesting. I like being on another show where I'm not in charge. I have nothing to do. I just have to sit here and wait for the host to show up. How does that work?
Yeah, Raven, late again. This cat's going to be late to his own funeral, but it happens. I mean, at least, I made the show live and we can kind of talk. And instead of what JW does with Loud and Nerdy, he just waits until like 9:05, 9:06, 9:07 to start the show.
Fashionably late. We talked about this in the green room. I was taught in high school and college to be fashionably late, and I have taken it to heart. I know it's wrong as an adult, but I don't know. It's cool. I wore a Star Wars shirt so Robert could pick on me and ruin my childhood again, and say he doesn't like Superman, doesn't like Christopher Reeve. Yeah, I've been going on that for like 2 weeks. Hi, Ronnie Bass. How you doing? What up, fam?
So I'm assuming Ronnie.
Can't do anything. This is amazing.
You're right. I'm assuming Ronnie is related to Robert. I'm assuming.
Well, no, good. Ronnie, we would love. Glad you're here. Your family isn't, but we can be your fan.
Right. You want to get some housekeeping out of? Let's get some housekeeping out of the way.
I like housekeeping.
Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us on the Indie Escape Network presents World Class Clown with Robert Bass.
I was a class clown too.
He should be with us shortly. Housekeeping.
Ronnie's his cousin.
Oh, okay.
I know
Thank you, Ronnie.
all about fuck up cousins, so I understand. Oh, hi, Martin. Good to see. Fesser? Is it just Fesser? Put that name back up. That is a real tough sell on Wheel of Fortune. Like, is it just Fesser? Nice.
All right, we're doing some housekeeping now. Hey. I produce the show.
I'm just sitting there. I'm reading the comments. I'm a guest. I feel great. This is amazing. I can just sit here with my arm. I don't have to do anything, prep anything.
For everybody that is waiting for a world-class clown, Robert Bass, to appear, if it's your first time here, please go to our socials, give it a like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you a thing, but it helps us immensely. Let's talk about some of the shows on the network as well. On Sunday nights, we have David Lee Madison's The End of the Night. 10 p.m. Eastern, Sunday nights.
Lots of good guests on that show.
Absolutely. And then Generation Movie with JW and Rich, Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Movie history, lots of good things going on there. We celebrate all like very classic movies, looking at the production, their budgets, like how they were made, how the critical reaction was then, and what kind of legacy they've left behind.
It's a beautiful thing. And then Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, you have Loud and Nerdy. Everything movies, pop culture, and You name it. Twilight Zone.
Right, Twilight Zone Redux. We also have a great segment called "It Came from Jerry's Basement." Jerry Kimura of the band Slapjaw is one of the great purveyors.
And then you got that
classic
wacky Kyle guy from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, he's a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna. It doesn't matter. Like
he is. He's hearing everything you're saying.
I can't see anybody in the green room. This is amazing.
Then Wednesday nights we have Symbolistic Cynicism. I can never say that properly. With Gabe.
Symbolistic
Cynicism, yes. And then for those that you don't know, we're also affiliated with Terry Gerald, writer, director, actor. We're going to be filming Harlow's Haunt.
I want to get
part
killed.
2.
Can I get murdered in this movie?
Well, I'm assuming. Oh man, that's the old graphic. I feel horrible right now. That's the old.
That's
graphic.
okay. Can we talk to Terry about coming up with a good way to murder?
Well, I mean, you want to get John Dugan's gonna be in the movie. For those of you who don't know who John Dugan is, he played Grandpa in the original 1976 Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, no, 74.
74. So, see, that's what you're my fact checker.
It celebrated its 50th anniversary like 2 weeks ago.
I thought is that why he's in Tokyo right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey,
50th anniversary of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So wait, if you're saying if I can get killed by John Dugan, that means like you can.
Well, no.
Hammer in his hand or something.
No, nobody's getting.
You put a hammer in his hand and it like he can't hold on to it. It falls into the bucket. You're gonna make me smoke. That's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre deep cut, is what that is.
David Lee Madison, we were just talking about you and your show on Sunday.
What's up, fella? How are you?
Great to see you. Let me see. Check on
his
Robert.
Favorite time of the year. He's a Christmas guy. He's a big Christmas guy.
So
favorite
what do we
movie,
have? Kyle's wife is worse. Laugh out loud now. Love my bestie. Kyle is a pain in the ass. Wow. Pluto.
See? That's what I'm
TV
saying.
now has 24/7 Twilight Zone channel for those that don't understand the reference.
I believe it's a direct result of our show and Twilight Zone Redux. We're watching all of the episodes of Twilight Zone in order on our show. Every week we watch one episode.
All right, JW, I want to do a 420 special this year. I'll guess. I'm there with you.
What is 420? Is that something? What is that?
Seriously?
I'm kidding. I don't partake, but I understand.
It's all good. All right. So coming up shortly, we are going to have Troy Hill from Troy Hill Talks. And if you're not,
can the second guest get here before the host? That's the question.
Man, Kyle's getting demanding in his old age.
What's
happening, Kyle?
Hey, I'm here. Side of Kyle. Well, he said it was only a 10-minute run-in tonight, so I mean,
well, that's what I was anticipating.
We might host
10 minutes. I mean, yeah.
We're waiting on Mr. Bass.
It was going to be a 10-minute run, and then, as we want to do when we show up, we take over.
Comedians are always late.
Wow,
that is true.
Yeah, if you got a running history.
I don't want to say anything bad about comedians. I like comedians.
That's right, Raven. Kyle's here. Making my normal fix on Tuesday.
That's how I feel every week.
Excuse me, gentlemen, while I'm trying to find it. Oh, hold on a second. Good Lord.
What are you doing? Why are you in the dark?
Joe just toggled dark mode.
Joe's like, I don't want to be seen with you people.
I have everything in dark mode on my computer, so when I have to go type something, then what the Raven, my Christmas lights.
So in honor of my neighborhood, I set the timer for my Christmas lights outside to get lit every night at 4:20, just like my neighbors do.
Oh, okay. Hey, I could be one of your neighbors. Whatever. We are totally pro
10.
4:20 here.
Oh, when was the last time? Like, how late has Robert been for his own show?
Actually,
Is he here?
I don't see you, dude.
Okay, Raven, we didn't cancel last minute. Actually, StreamYard canceled on us because they were having technical issues.
There was a glitch in the Matrix. Wasn't
Yeah.
great. I feel bad about it. But we'll come back stronger.
We got this. Oh,
Wait, what are we? That's an interesting thing. If we have a 420 special, will we talk like stoner movies? I do. There are some great stoner movies.
Oh,
Days of Confused?
no, he said great ones.
You don't think Days and Confused? Whoa! You don't think Days and Confused?
Hey guys, I'm gonna drop you down for a moment.
Okay.
Somebody arrived.
The host is here.
Okay, let's do this again, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh. That's a nice shirt, man. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I mean, you're Max Headrooming a little, but we're gonna do this all over again. You ready? All right. So. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Indie Escape Network presents World Class Clown with Robert Bass. This episode, better late than never. Welcome, Robert.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so pissed.
Are you using the dog's computer?
No.
Okay.
I tried to, and every time I try to use their computer, I think they sabotage me. So I think the dogs are like, you know what? He can't use our computer, so they shut it down. And like every time I try to go on the Facebook, it won't let me sign on there. So
all right. Well, Ronnie's been waiting for you, man. Ronnie's been waiting. Now he's taking. What the hell are you doing?
I can't freaking see. I'm trying to. You said I was max headroom, and I'm trying to make sure I got the damn headset on.
It was only for a second, but you got Ronnie Bass asking, "What's up, cuz?"
What's up, cuz? That's really my cousin.
He let us know earlier when you weren't here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. That's my people. That's my people. Thank you for showing up, cuz. Yeah, I'm glad you showed up. So what ends up happening is my wife needed to use the area, so she moved my computer, and I guess she unplugged it, and it was still on. Well, the beautiful thing about a MacBook is when that bitch go dead, it go dead, and you gotta wait a while for it to, even with it plugged up. So now I'm scrambling. Then I'm like, okay, well, let me remember the one show I did it on my iPad. So I'm like, okay, let me go that route. Then Facebook is like, yeah, maybe not.
All right, so we've got to unfortunately speed things along because I don't want to keep Troy waiting too long. He's already in the lobby, and we got Kyle and JW from Generation Move. Well, I'm sorry, JW from Generation Movie, and JW and Kyle from Loud and Nerdy.
Right.
Hey, Robert, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, well, you know, I've had better days, but I ain't gonna complain too much. I'm here, you're here, the mannequin's here. Everybody's wait, I think I touched the boob. That was inappropriate, but you know, whatever. It's hard.
Did you ask for consent first?
She don't talk. You know, it's whatever.
It is what it is. It's fine.
Yeah.
So there's no safe word.
She's got to blink twice for yes, Robert. Mannequin needs to blink twice for yes.
That's why she don't. She can't blink.
Great. Safe word.
That's why she can't blink at all.
Make sure she.
Remember those old creepy dolls when we were kids that, like, if you moved them, the eyes would move and blink?
Yeah. But do you remember the animation of the 2000s with Jim Carrey as Scrooge? They don't blink, and then the one with Tom Hanks, the Polar Express. None of the kids blink.
Yeah, that count. I don't like
Because
that.
that's not what the movie was about. The movie wasn't about young kids blinking. Like y'all missed the whole point. It was clearly it was the gateway to pedophilia. Because why are they getting on the
Jesus.
train with a man? There was no other adults on there but the conductor. Oh, and the one dude that kept disappearing like Diddy at a party. Listen, because I'm late don't mean I'm not gonna be on fire. We're gonna do this. Let's go. Just saying. We can,
JW, this is a dig at you.
Oh, what is it? What does it say?
It's Missy saying, "Hey, I just got home from watching Wicked." Just saying.
Yep. Cool. Awesome.
how
Good
many?
for us.
Wait. How many is she in? Because isn't this the bet for like
The
what
1,000?
So here's the thing. I think we have fundamental problems with the bet in that I don't think you should be allowed to do anything aside from watching the movie.
I agree because you're not watching the movie.
I mean, that's the whole point of watching a movie.
That's exactly it. And what I had said was one of the things that has to be built in the bet is that it can't be something you're doing while working or whatever.
Because you're not technically paying attention.
Technically paying attention to the movie. It's just not.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, so it's not 1,000 if you're not doing it.
I didn't renege. I just said, you showed your. Let's talk about this. You showed your setup of how you work, and that you said once it comes on digital, you'll be able to watch it every day while you're working. And
I'm a little. I don't know how to say this because I feel it's going to come off the wrong way because I know it's going to come off with a hard R. So you a renegger.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it that
Only
way.
one of us on the show can say that.
I'm not gonna say it any other way.
And it's the one with the white woman in the background.
Yeah, she don't.
What I would say is, I think if she can feel I reneged on the deal, but
Robert, I think you and Troy are going to get along swimmingly.
Yeah, it should go well. But I just felt, Robert, I think you hit upon it exactly what I was saying. If you're doing it and it's on in the background, it doesn't count as watching it. And somebody said, well, are you on your phone when you're watching movies? And my answer to that, and Kyle knows this, my answer was no, I am not.
Right. Because sometimes it's the
Puerto Rican can say that too, I guess.
Sorry, cuz I just got to call it like I see it. Like, for real. Like, he's a renegger. All right, fine. He's a renegger. There we go.
Jesus.
I said it with an A. It's a term of endearment now.
We're
and you got all the white guys. You got all the white guys going. I can't say that.
Hold on. Is it?
I'm not saying I'm not saying her.
Is it okay? Is it okay if JW would wear that shirt if Robert got it for him for Christmas? That's all I want to know.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
JW's already wearing the Raiders hat.
Wow. That's...
I mean, just win, baby, win.
Yeah, just win, baby. Like I said, I would love to have done the bet, but we couldn't reach, as far as I'm concerned, we couldn't reach specifics on the actual bet. You know that once you make a bet, you actually have to go over the particulars. And this is
all right. Hey, guys, I'm going to be the producer, and I'm going to say we have 4 more minutes because Mr. Tardy Pants over there, and I don't want to keep
I'm not
Troy
even wearing
waiting
pants.
That makes 2 of us.
None of us are wearing pants.
So here's the thing, right? When we first met, I told y'all what my favorite movie was.
Forrest Gump.
Yes. I can tell you, I'm not going to sit down in a year's time and watch Forrest Gump 1,000 times.
Look, and I watch any movie I love 1,000 times.
Like, every time I watch it, I still giggle, but like I'm not watching it 1,000 times.
All sport actors.
I've seen Rocky Horror probably 100,000 times.
But you performed in it, so
Rocky Horror's performative. It's also something you do every week, right? I think when you're talking about watching a movie you love, where I thought Missy would have problems with the bet is that she likes new stuff.
Right.
So watching Wicked 1,000 times between November and November.
I thought you were married.
Out of her being able to watch.
I thought you were married, JW.
I am.
Women rehash old fights all the time. They love to bring up.
I'm willing to have this fight because I feel I'm
Nothing
right.
new.
I couldn't agree more.
Whenever you make a bet, and Ronnie's got no pants too. It's no pants everywhere.
That's it. That's it.
That is,
Hey,
by the way,
no
that's
pants.
how we want our network watch, Joe. No pants.
2 minutes. So let me tell you something. First and foremost, my cousin Ronnie, his dad is
No
my
pants
favorite uncle.
November.
My favorite uncle.
No pants.
Because
no pants.
I'm pretty sure if he's not wearing pants, he got that from my uncle. My uncle is wild. Wow, he's a wild man. That's all I'm gonna say. Wow.
You're in Florida, so pants. It's very rarely we're wearing pants. We're wearing usually shorts. To be honest, I mean, just for a comfort level.
Yeah.
But
Wear
Robert,
a kilt.
I'm very excited about the person you're having on the show. I would have liked to meet him.
Me
because he
too, and
doesn't-
I'm sad that we're gonna meet under these circumstances. Like I can't be on time, so now I'm the stereotypical black guy. Like, but
I don't
Hey,
whatever.
you said it. I didn't.
I don't
You
think
thought
you're
blind
it, though.
date.
And you
I
thought
don't
it with a hard R.
Robert, I don't think you're the stereotypical black guy because you're late. I think you're the stereotypical black guy because you have a white mannequin behind you.
Hey, behind every black guy that's trying to get some shit he shouldn't be getting is a white chick financing it, and there she is. Let me stop.
Gentlemen.
That's a funny story. That's a good story.
I mean, even your cousin's saying be the token. He literally
Somebody
just
got to
said-
be. Somebody got to be. Like,
Johnny new toy, the India Escape Network, Robert Bass, ladies and
I'm,
gentlemen.
I'm not sure if we're on the edge of edgy or canceled at this point. I'm not sure.
Listen, if I start talking about my Frenchies, I'm canceled. Like I get the whole
Oh,
network shut down. So
no,
we're not.
We had a
man.
Ren word. What do you mean? We're on the first on the edge of edgy. We had the Ren
Listen.
word.
Yeah. With the R in front and a
We had
hard
the
R on
Ren
the
word,
end.
Right, the Ren word. We had the Ren word.
Yeah. So
All right, JW and side of Kyle.
I thank you
I'm
guys.
sorry. We're gonna have to do this again sometime.
I
But
would love to spend
JW,
more time with Robert. I like Robert a great deal, and I am so happy you're on our network.
Man, I'm
Thank
glad
you
to
for
be here. I
thank you for
can't wait
having
to
me.
have a show where I don't fuck up and be late.
yeah, I'll have to work on
You
that.
know what? We're gonna have to start. Yeah, never mind.
Joe, tell him his show starts at 9:30, so we'll be here by 10.
Yes,
That's
yes.
what I used to do. That's what I
Ladies
used
and
to do.
gentlemen, you can find JW and Rich on Generation Movie Monday nights at 10 p.m. on the
10
Indie Escape
p.m.
Network. And on Tuesday nights, Loud and Nerdy with JW, Kyle, and Jerry. Jerry's absence because he has band practice, and I'm sorry, his band gets a million views.
Really quick. Santa Claus coming up this week on Generation Movie. Not the Santa Claus. The Santa Claus the movie, I should say. Sorry.
Is that the Dudley Moore one?
Yes.
Ronnie says we need to tell him an hour earlier.
Ooh.
Damn, cuz.
that's
That's cold. I mean, he's not
shivering
wrong. He's not
All right.
wrong, but that's not.
JW, 20 seconds to plug. Go.
Generation Movie coming up on Monday. We have Santa Claus the movie. Following week we have Gremlins. Then you can find me, JW the Movie Guy, on Facebook, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, all those places, Instagram. I'm just happy to be here. Thank you for having me on the show, Robert. We appreciate it.
All right.
No,
and
thank
then
you.
Kyle, 20 seconds. Plug. Not that
Tuesday
kind of
nights,
plug.
join us, Loud and Nerdy. Whoa, hey, you said I was on. You gave me a list of words I was not allowed to use, and that was one of them. So, Tuesday nights, Loud and Nerdy, join us. JW does the Twilight Zone Redux. Jerry coming from Jerry's Basement, different movie every week that you can watch free. And then there's also just what's going on in pop culture. So join us. It's always a fun time. You never know what pop I might introduce. And leave a light on for your mailman this holiday season because it gets dark early.
All
Yes!
right.
Yeah.
Mailman. Yes, Kyle is an amazing mailman in Northeast.
Fun fact: my dad was a mailman. He retired 2020.
Wow. See, it's a tight
Okay,
schedule.
you guys are going to go off the rails again, gentlemen. It was excellent seeing you. We're going to have to do it again sometime. Thank you again. Good night.
Man, Joe, I'm so pissed, man. I'm so sorry, but I'm so
No, it's okay. It's okay. We've been very excited to have our next guest on.
pissed. Definitely.
You may have seen him. Man, I'm all like, yeah. On Troy Hill Talks, you may have seen him on the Scene Snobs. You may have seen him with Sir Sturdy. Very, very, very handsome cat. But I'm going to bring him up right now. Mr. Troy Hill.
Hello there. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, man, Troy, I am so sorry.
Wait. Hold on. I'm doing just fine. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I don't have my wife in the room because you would have just warmed our underwear off. Just
that would have been news. That wife would have been news to me. I would have been equally as shocked.
Oh man!
No, it's nice to be here. Troy Hill, Robert Bass, two of the most least threatening names known to mankind. So I'm glad to be here.
Oh man, I tell them that all the time, especially when I do shows and they don't put my face on the flyer. And I feel like, I bet you didn't think that this was Robert Bass. Like he's black. Don't be shocked. I
would have thought it was like some Petridge Farms type stuff that was getting ready to happen.
I'm trying to tell you.
We remember. So yeah.
I don't even need to be here anymore. This is fucking great.
Listen, I didn't even think that. Like Troy Hill, like you see the face and everything. So after a while, name association, it kind of is not like a thing. So it's like, okay, I expect you to be black, but I knew that. But then when you say it, it's like, nah, you probably right. Like it's probably it's somebody that's white that's watching this that's a little upset. Like they didn't see the flyer and they're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, they spit water out, throwing beer cans just
I voted for Trump. I didn't vote to see these two.
It's just too much. It's too soon. Too much. Too soon. I can't deal with any of this type of nonsense going on here on a goddamn Thursday evening.
Bullshit.
Is it Thursday? Well, yeah, it is Thursday.
Call me if you need me, because this is.
The holiday seasons and stuff for me is it's all just a big blur. But again, it's a pleasure being on your show. I mean, to be a little more threatening, drop an S and put an E at the end of it. These least people think you're Rob Base.
Oh no, they already do because they're like, well,
they do that.
When you meet, that's how they spell base in my car. And I'm like,
well, that's true. You know what? That is actually
true.
Man,
that is actually true.
We've been fooled all this time. No, I don't.
Yeah, so I always have to tell them because my dad has this thing about our last name, and he will flip and lose it about almost 3 years ago. I get married to my wife, and we had somebody that was officiating it, but they backed out at the last minute. So the venue that we were having the wedding at, the lady was like, I know somebody, don't worry about it, I got you. We never really met with her. She sent us like an email with some questions, things she wanted to go over. So at the end, she's like, I now want to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Robert Bass. And I did not catch it or think about it. So we going on and it's a reception and they asked my dad to talk. And my dad is a talker in general. But man, he was talking and it was going off the rails and everything. And so he called me. So we go out on our honeymoon and I call him. I'm like, Pops, I just want to let you know we landed. Everything's fine. He says, well, son, I want to talk to you about something. And I'm like, okay. He was like, I was really upset that she mispronounced the last name. And I was like, Pop, my bad. Let me explain what happened. And he was like, oh, man, I wish we would have had this conversation. That's why my speech went the way that it went. Because I couldn't get that off my mind.
Yeah, your dad would have hated me if I was a DJ. Because soon when they would have said that, I would all of a sudden, you'd be listening to the song.
Yeah. No, he would have blew a gasket. No. And then he's on the path, with his Christianity, but he would have cursed there. No, stop this right now. Okay, how much? I'm taking more than Job right now.
So I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to. Nah, never mind. Try.
Yeah, that's the Whopper. You like the Big Mac.
Yeah, I even tell people bass like the fish, and they're like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, so how you doing?
No, I'm doing well. Like I said, it's been a long week. I'm glad that the week is almost over. I saw someone comment saying I have like a Barry White type voice. I appreciate that.
So Troy, for those of us that haven't tuned into your show or your channel, please let them know.
Well, it's a channel on YouTube. It's called Troy Hill Talks, and I'm a movie critic. And things have been picking up a lot this year. Been on various shows. Starting to go to advanced screenings, doing reviews for movies and stuff. And it's pretty cool. I mean, if people want to check it out, just go ahead and search Troy Hill Talks Movies on YouTube. I'm also on TikTok, same thing. Also on Instagram as well. And like I said, it's just reviewing movies. I'm giving honest reviews, not just, because sometimes you'll have like people just give great reviews of things that either they're not watching or they feel like they got to say this, that, or the other. If I think a movie sucks, I'm going to tell you it sucks. And I'll give you reasons why it sucks,
So how did you get into that though?
I've just always had a love for movies, just growing up. And I've always thought like I could watch the original Star Wars trilogy and then watch like the prequels. And I have like my own interpretation. Like me and my cousins back in the day, we would talk about, well, how we make this movie better, how we make this scene better. So it's kind of like that, just analyzing just movies and film. Like my favorite film of all time is literally probably Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, because it's it's just masterful. It's surely, if you ever want to look at a movie and look at something as art, that movie itself is art. Just the ambience, the atmosphere, everything it catches in the movie. The infamous shower scene. I mean, there's a lot of detail in that scene. You're talking like multiple shots to pull off that scene. So there's also, I enjoy watching movies because it's like an escape. It takes you away from reality sometimes, because musically and movies, we all need that, especially after a bad day. Or if they're good, just like anything you can relate to. If you break up, you're heartbroken and stuff. You're gonna go watch a movie and like, just because you don't feel like you're like the only person that dealt with this shit. You know what I mean? It's like, so you don't feel so damn lonely in a world where you just feel like all this stuff is happening, and sometimes it's just nice and refreshing just to know that you're not the only one that this stuff is going through. That you're going through this stuff. So
and yeah, Missy, you're correct. The new Joker sucked.
Yes.
I love to hear you say that, because I tell people that. Like my wife, when we first got together, she was like, "You watch a lot of white shit," and I'm like, "It's not white shit to me. It's something like I'm watching it and it takes me somewhere else. I'm invested in whatever is going on with their life. What's next? Oh, after the movie, damn, how do I see this playing out after the credits roll and things of that nature?" And like you say, with music, the same thing.
It's situational.
Yeah,
it really, really is. You kind of watch things that you relate to, and I don't know if it's necessarily a thing that deals with white film or black film. I would like actually to be there'd be more black films than just normal black people. I mean, I don't think there needs to be all these movies. I mean, not everybody's black is doing drugs. I got somebody's in the drug game, or Jimbo just got shot. We need to have our. That's not every black person in America.
Not at all. At all.
And it's kind of just irritating. That's what we've kind of come to. I mean, I don't watch any of these new TVs. I don't watch Power. I don't watch any of that stuff, because it's just they're all the same to me. I mean, I want I just want like a good story, and there just happens to be some black people in the story, and granted, Bill Cosby is a bad example, Cliff Huxtable being a doctor and everything.
We didn't know he was dropping Quaaludes at that time, so he was perfect. He was just a perfect example.
Imagine the future you came back to the little kid you and told you that shit. Bill Cosby raping people, and just disappear in front of you. There's a cloud of smoke. He's dropping the feminine flag and the feminine fucking drinks and just disappears.
That'd be a character like.
Just imagine a guy comes to you, like future you comes to you and tells you that. He tells you that Hulk Hogan done dropped the N-bomb, the O.J. Simpson killing people and all this other type of stuff. Just imagine.
It would be weird. It would be weird. I mean, it's a lot of things. For me, that was the thing. Like I didn't get caught up in that. That was one of the pastimes that I had with my dad growing up. Like he would take me and my brother to the movies, and we would watch movies, and if it was something that he was really into, then we would talk about the movie afterward. You know what I mean? So it was never really like a white thing, a black thing. It's whatever catches my interest. Like if it catches my interest, it's great. It's a lot of black shows that are black shows that I watch one episode and I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
You can have it. And I'm all right with that.
And it's most of the modern stuff, I would think, because in the 90s it seemed like it's a little bit different, because you would have the Huxtables, you would have Different World, you would have Living Single, you would have Rock. I mean, these shows where you would deal with like some type of adversity that was relatable being a black person, but it wasn't like in the environment where you're ducking bullets and stuff everywhere you go, and all this other, and the new gangs in town, folks. What, how is Theo going to handle this week? I mean, it was none of that stuff going on. So I wish we could get back to that, because I do think, I don't want to think it's like poisoning people, but if you keep on watching the same stuff over and over again, you kind of like start trying to like resemble that a little bit, don't you think? Like subconsciously, not even realizing it.
Yeah. Like, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but I work with Joe, and every now and then, you know, like after I watch a movie like 12 Years a Slave or Django, I go to work and I be like, hey, this ain't popping off, Joe. And he's like, whoa, what's wrong, guy? What happened? I thought we were cool.
Django is the movie that I can watch Django is like the movie I can watch like 1,000 times. There's no movie that I've watched 1,000 times, but Django was on. After I first saw it, Django was on like in the background for a good like 3 or 4 weeks. You know, because to me, it's the perfect revenge movie, and it's all based out of love. So it's kind of like a combination of a perfect love story that he's going through all this stuff to get back with his wife or find his wife, and it's all this revenge. I saw someone ask what my favorite movie is.
Yeah. Oh, so we know what Robert's is, and again, what is that movie, Robert? Your favorite movie?
Forrest Gump. I love Forrest Gump.
Great movie. Great movie.
All right, so Troy.
To me, it's easily Psycho.
You said that a few moments ago.
Yeah, Psycho would definitely
Ronnie
be it just because of the what was that?
Oh, Ronnie Bass, he's saying his is Identity, I'm assuming, and then
Identity, that was I know who was in that. That was I can't think of his name. He was in Hot Tub Time Machine.
Craig Robinson?
No. He has a sister also. He used to be like one of those like 80s movies type
80s guy. Yeah, what the hell's Jesus? I'm drawing a blank myself right now.
No, it's not Bateman. Because I don't think because I'm pretty certain I didn't see it.
But it's like
Cusack.
Yes, John Cusack. Yes.
Okay.
Identity was a good movie.
There you go.
Yes, Identity was a very good movie.
And the whole thing with, you know, Forrest Gump, that's the other thing that I was telling people. Like if a movie or a song can't take me back to a place and a space that I like just automatically identify with, then to me, in that moment in time, it's not a great movie. Forrest Gump, you know, I was in high school. I had a classmate that worked at the movie, and he would come in, and all he would do was quote lines from Forrest Gump. And then finally another classmate went and saw it, and then they was like, you got to go see it. I went and saw it, and I was in love. And it was just
it's a great
fact
movie.
That, like, you know, you have this guy who, for all intents and purposes, is slow, but he makes it through life miraculously. And then, you know, I mean, the only negative thing is fucking Jenny. But Jenny every now and then I get over, you know. But I mean, you know, Lieutenant Dan got, you know, he got space legs. Like all of this is awesome, you know. And it's just the thing.
He ended up Anakin's legs, Anakin Skywalker's legs.
Yeah, and it's and you know, and it's the small things, and you know, and I think also even now, you know, what, some 20, 30 years later, it's still some lines for some people that make them uncomfortable, but it's real. Like, yeah, I'm sorry for messing up your Black Panther part, Dad. Like, like, why is he there? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but it's an inspirational story, and I think it just, if anything, it just gives you like a sense of hope. You know, if this guy, not thinking about that he's kind of slow, and not thinking about all these, and not thinking about people kind of pick on him here and there, thinking about these things. He just still keeping his head up tall, keep on moving forward. You know, that's, to me, I think that's something to live by. You know, and that movie was revolutionary for its time.
Yeah, because there was certain things he just didn't know, and that was the part that kind of, you know, Jenny's dad was a loving man. He was always kissing and hugging, and it's like, yo, no, he's a pedo. But you know, Forrest don't know no better. He's like, no,
because he has that innocence, you know.
Yeah,
he just has that level of innocence. But no, that was a great movie. But that's what movies are supposed to do. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. I mean, I think people that watch movies and go too far into it, like there's a political message, or it's like trying to tell you this, or you go into the movie for the wrong damn reason. If you can't let all that stuff go before you go in the movie, you're gonna be miserable no matter no matter if the woman's whooping everybody's ass and stuff, it's like a little petite woman going around kicking everybody in the face. To me, I find that kind of hot. You know. I mean, if I got a woman with me, I want her to be able to kick some damn ass. It ain't gonna bother me. I want to do all this fighting. So
And what was the movie with Shia LaBeouf where Eagle Eye? The only thing I didn't like about Eagle Eye, like, you did all of this stuff to save her child, and she couldn't give you no poom poom. Like, now I'm mad. I'm slightly like, it's two women I'm mad at: Jenny from Forrest Gump and her. Like, come on. That at the end it was kind of like a little flirtatious thing, but I realized he was in the friend zone and he was always gonna be Uncle whatever the hell his name was.
No, but I mean, outside of Jenny, I got a thing for Sean Young, though, for no lie. I mean, her in that House of Cards where she was the president's Kevin Spacey's wife. Man, she's looking pretty good. She's also in she's in Wonder Woman too. I think she's like the Ant or something like that. Yeah, that's not weird. I would come out of dating retirement for her.
So I wouldn't call that weird, but I would tell you the person like probably like in my early 20s that was weird, but I just had a thing for was Helen Hunt. Like, I would twist her. Like, I'm just saying, like, yeah, I did.
No, I get that.
Like, but I mean, it was something about it. She was rugged. She looked like she could change out an engine and a transmission, which is good. I mean, I could change the oil, so you know,
she's too white. She's too white for me.
That's teamwork. That's teamwork.
She's too white for me.
Come on, man. And then when she was in the movie with Mel Gibson, she could read my mind. She wouldn't have wanted to beat her, but she could have read it.
But we all have all like our weird things and stuff. I mean, the insurance lady, the progressive insurance lady. I got something for Flo. I mean, don't ask me why.
No, I can understand the AT&T girl.
Oh yeah, the AT&T girl, the Flo girl. She probably.
But did you see her pictures? The AT&T girl pictures?
I saw her pictures.
Her body is like she was drawn by anime drawers because they always never mind. It's a channel. It's a website I go to. We won't talk about that, but it's pretty good.
No, but with me though, I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so I'm constantly searching for Erykah Badu. So if I find her, I'm gonna spend the line that I have for her.
I'm gonna tell you, I've heard that's not what you want to do unless you're just willing to just give up your whole life. There have been men that say you look into her eyes and it's totally different. I'll be safe.
I'm gonna march up to her like Samuel L. Jackson, all sweated like in what was the movie, Jungle Fever or whatever.
Yeah.
And we go to just test it out and see.
Listen, man, I would be safe. I don't doubt that her eyes are gorgeous, but man, between on and now, she done got a little thick. So I might not even be looking at her eyes. I'm just back there. Let's go on and on and on and on.
Yep, she got lots of things. She can shave her armpits a little bit. You know, I don't know if I can overlook that because I saw her. She had more hair than what she had on the afro. I was like, damn.
Robert, you've got to acknowledge Bert, man. He's cracking up.
I saw Bert come in. What up, Bert? Make sure that cue is down.
Barbecue, that is. Damn it.
And so, like, you know, a lot of my influence growing up is from my dad. And so, like, you know, there are things that happen in life that you're not aware of until you get to a certain point and you have this conversation. And so my dad tells the story about how when he was coming out of high school, he wanted to be a DJ. So I'm like, oh, I never knew that. But then, like, if you know my dad has the gift of gab. That's where I get it from. So it made sense. Well, then he tells the story about how he went and things didn't work out. And so, you know, from there, it's like for him, the way that he enters things, you know, with me and my brother and our sister, it's different. And so one of my dad's biggest things was like music. And my dad, so when I do comedy, when I'm talking about family members, I only talk about them when I realize or I figured out a way to talk about them where people could see the joy in them, even though the story is crazy. I haven't been able to really put my dad in that box where I could do it, but my dad has done some interesting things. I remember when Michael Bolton came out with Dock of the Bay. For whatever reason, my dad thought like he was like a soul singer, and man, we went to a concert. That shit was whiter than Joe. Let me tell you, like, yeah, people, you know, they was listening to his songs, and my stepmom don't say a lot, but when she does, like it's one of those things. It's like, oh my God, be quiet. She's about to say something. She sat there. She said, well, I hope the hell you happy because this is not a concert that I would have came to. And then because at that time, Dock of the Bay was his latest song. Yeah. You had to wait the damn near the end of the show. Oh, yeah. Man, we were dying. But he wouldn't take us to no rap concert.
Like, wait a minute. No, did Michael Bolton have the 3-foot mullet back then?
Yeah. He was still, yeah. I can still see him now. He was sitting on the dock of the bay,
bald with the mullet and
with his hair just floating in the white. But he had so many songs that we had never heard, and we had.
And plus, I think he does a lot of covers too.
Man, oh, my dad is the cheapest man I know. So here's the thing: I bought these damn tickets for one damn song. I don't know none of these other songs. It was like, well, you probably should have did the research on this. So yeah. And so it kind of covers over into a lot of things, music, you know. I realized, like, you know, I became him with my kids, and I'm like, y'all music is crazy. But then I listen to some of the, you know, I listen to some of their songs, and I'm like, right, some of y'all songs are not really that great either.
Yeah, no, you're right, but there's some like actually resonate though. I mean, like my mom passed 3 years ago, I appreciate that, and that Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale came out, and they had this song. It was like one of the opening songs was called "United by Grief" or "United in Grief," and that's like one of my favorite songs because it's just relatable because it's something that everybody can relate to. Everybody's a loss, whether it's death or a breakup or a job. Any of those things can be life-changing moments, you know.
Yeah,
so and it's relatable.
And that's the thing. And so, you know, sometimes we overlook things because there is a great deal of something that we can relate to. And my favorite song that I tell people is Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. I Miss You.
A great song.
It's a great song. Yes. And everybody gets caught up in Teddy Pendergrass. And then, but they don't listen to the guy that's talking.
Because he's saying it all right there. And even the opening guy with the high note, the light skin.
Yeah.
You know, he was just trying because he knew his moments. He didn't have that long of time. He was like, I'm gonna make the best out of these 2 or 3 bars before Teddy hits it.
Yeah, because the Dog Brothers was running everything at that point. You know, the barge hadn't came around, Switch hadn't kicked in quite yet. So you know, he had to do his little part. But I tell people, like, if you ever listen to the words that this guy is saying, but he really ain't that great a guy. He kind of telling you why she left him. Like, you know, clearly he didn't have a job because one of the things he couldn't wait to tell her was how he got a gig. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, you're not used to the hip hop. I got a regular job. All the overtime you can get. Well, what the hell was you doing when you was with her? Like,
exactly. I mean, there's things, but then again, I don't know if I'll be coming back. I don't know if I'll be coming back to her. Like, all of a sudden, I got this job, and that's one of the main things. I mean, because people go through loss. It goes back to the thing. I mean, it's supposed to be through better or for worse. Everybody should have their teammate. And that's whether, I mean, if you're working and you lose your job, you guys are supposed to try and rally the troops and do something, you know.
Something. But no. So and it's a great thing. And then my dad, you know, with the passing of Frankie Beverly, you know, my dad was a big Frankie Beverly and the Maze fan. So like you couldn't really say nothing about them. So anybody else is it's all right, but don't say nothing about them. Like, they're probably, you know, join pain, I guess.
Now, see, where I grew up, it was probably more Al Green when I was a kid, and my mom, she would be cleaning. It'd always be Al Green, or it'd be the car wash soundtrack. constantly playing. Because I mean, to me, there's no skip throughs on the Car Wash soundtrack. I mean, it just takes you literally on a whole ride of just every type of emotion you can have. You know, getting down a little bit, getting funky a little bit, and then damn, I need to go get this girl back, and I'm thinking about this girl. So you know, it's kind of like a little roller coaster there.
Definitely. So you know, it's things. So I think that's unique because for me, what you do. Let me be more specific. I think that's unique what you do in the sense that you know a lot of people probably feel the same way we feel, but nobody has ever like went out and said, okay, well, how can I do this in a way that it benefits me as much more than just me being able to watch movies, but just because a lot of times it's also to have the voice where people respect the opinion that you give. You know what I'm saying? And so like when you say like I'm not gonna give you no fluff, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Like there's a lot of people that, you know, probably I'm gonna speak for myself. I would love that. If I could just sit around the weekend and watch movies and tell you what I think.
No, I mean it's fun. I mean it takes time though. It's a craft like everything. You know, like being a comedian, for example. I would love to be a comedian, but I know I couldn't be a comedian because I know it's way more work in it than probably what I would want to invest in. You know, because I watched Chappelle and all that type of stuff. You know, I watched several different people, you know, and I'm like, you know what, I bet you we could have a funny conversation, but I'm not going to go on stage. You know what I mean? So I respect people that take chances. Like what you do, I respect what you do, you know, because it takes courage just to sit up there and just do something that you just feel right in your soul that you should be doing. You know what I mean?
And that's what it is. It's a thing because like most people don't know this, but like I fought doing comedy forever. Like, you know, people would tell me, like you say, you know, you sit down, you have conversations. Well, you crazy. You should do stand up. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna be a rapper. That's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be a rapper. You can tell jokes, but I'm gonna be a rapper. And then one day, you know, had one too many to drink and said something I shouldn't have said, and people remembered it. And then I had to get my ass on stage. And and then after that, and then after that, like, you know, I always tell people now, even still, you know, people who are actually interested in it, get on stage. And then make your decision because it's a difference. There are some people that are like you say, you could probably, and you probably are right. You could have the greatest conversation with Chappelle, and then at the end of it, if it's not what you want to do, getting on the stage is not going to do nothing for you.
Yes, and then the work that these guys, I mean, because people watch. I mean, I'm sure people watch. Oh, it's easy what he's doing. That people don't understand the practice. I mean, the Chris Rocks, and the Kevin Harts, and the Dave Chappelle's of the world, they just don't pop up on stage. You know,
no, not at all.
They're working on material nonstop. I'm sure you're working on material nonstop. And it's a process. I think that's what I try to say. People, I try to encourage people to try everything, but don't think it's easy because I'm doing it. You know, because it is a thin line between, well, Troy's doing it, so anybody can do it. Or Troy's doing it, I'm really proud of him he's trying to shoot his shot and trying to swing for the fences. It's a difference between the two. It's a thin line.
It is. And then, you know, I like to tell people, you know, with my latest campaign, you know, I'm in a racial relationship. My wife is black. Like I'm trying to transition to Caucasity. Like I'm gonna be white before the end of the year.
Well, you're starting off with the mannequin. That's great. I mean,
listen, I'm trying to tell you,
you're well on your way.
Listen. Within the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna have the most aggressive case of vitiligo you've ever seen in your life. But you know, it's a thing. You know, I always tell people, my wife, you know, when we first got together, it was a thing that she didn't really understand. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, at that point in time, I was starting to gain momentum, and so any show that I would do, what they would do is they would try to get me to go last because they felt like I was a strong closer. It's not really an established show, so we're not really going to use the term headliner. But and so the first show I took her to, horrible. Like by the time I got on the stage, it was probably 6 people, and 4 of them was the staff. Like, and so and so, you know, I think in her mind, I always tell people, I think in her mind, you know, in her own little way, she was like, "Oh, it's so cute. He got a little hobby." You know, like, and that's the thing. And so, like, to go back to what you were saying, like, don't think it's easy because I do it, because I'm petty. So I'm looking at it like, oh, so you you don't really think like I got any talent.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can do it, huh? Oh, okay.
I have friends that are like that, and they've all epically failed. But it just goes back to again. I'm Joe said be about yes, I am. I can't spot on the phone, but it's not because it's kind of like more like the high school type of mentality, because they still think of you as like old, like with me it's like well that's old. That's old. Four Eyes Troy McGillicuddy or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
That dang gum hole. Yeah, I remember him. He was 5'8". He was uncoordinated. Well, you grow up in the man body eventually.
Sooner or later.
I mean, even Stephen Urkel turned into Stevan eventually. Shit,
or Cal.
I mean, cut me some damn slack.
No, and it's a crazy thing.
My voice has always been deep and stuff. I was always the kid. I was like baby Shaka Zulu, like the old Shaka Zulu movie. Kid like 8 years old. Hello, I'm Shaka Zulu. That's me at 4 years old. So the voice is no shock.
Oh, and it is definitely a thing. Like, so people just never really get that. And so sometimes it's real nice. Real quick, I was going to Orlando. And it was like a family reunion or whatever. But I knew this comedian in Orlando. So I reached out to him and I'm like, hey, I'm really trying to get my name out up there. What's the spots on the weekend? This guy sends me the whole itinerary for the week. And I'm like, that's more than what I wanted. And so fast forward, I reach out to the right person. They was like, yeah, come by. We'll see what we can do. And so I get there and they start, he comes up to me and he's like, well, I don't know, I'll try to get you some time. And then he says, or we have a contest if you want to get in the contest. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how is it not clicking to you? Like, first off, I know I'm not getting paid for this show. So whatever opportunity you're going to give me to get on the stage, I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so the thing with comedians that's really hard for me to deal with is the one-upping. So you sit in a group of comedians and you talking, and one comedian to tell you about his show, then the other one to try to one-up him and stuff like that. And I don't really get into that. But I didn't know these guys, so I was trying to build a little camaraderie. And it was almost like they was kind of shunning me, going back to my favorite movie. This seat is taken. Like, okay, so I can't hang. Okay. All right, so I kind of just fell back, and
you can't sit here.
You can't sit here. And so so then I was like, well, whatever. So I go on and I perform, and things happen for a reason. That's my new thing is I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in confirmation. And so that night, I tell this joke about my daughter getting a call from the school, and as I go into this joke, I'm like, yeah, and then I get a call. And my family that came to the show to see me, one of them didn't put their phone on silent because, we don't do what we're supposed to do. And it just so happened it rung at the right time. And I was like, it caught me off guard, but I rolled with it. I was like, see, y'all think this shit is jokes, but I bring my own props. And so the thing that stuck out to me was once I got off the stage, one of the other guys came to the guy that was running the show, and he was like, hey, so you say this is the guy that so-and-so was telling you about? Oh, so you bitches have been talking about me. And then y'all didn't want to be my friend until y'all found out I was kind of funny. And so it's a weird thing with all of it. And so you have those people. You have those people who think it's cute. You got a nice little hobby. Anybody can do it. And then you have those people that are like, everybody can't do it. And I don't believe that you can do it either, sir. And so, it's always fun to make them eat their words.
Yeah, it's always nice for the come up and train to come chugging along.
Yeah,
I got a big train coming next year. It's going to be a full-fledged locomotive.
and that's the thing. And I think the most beautiful part about it all is, like I stated, like I didn't want to do comedy, but man, I can't imagine not doing it now because everything in the world now falls. And so you have your Dave Chappelle's who. Not to sound all cliche, but he's on a different level. Even Kevin Hart on a different level. But you have that in you to aspire to be like them. But
Mm-hmm.
man, sometimes you have those nights where you get off the stage and you like, if he was in the crowd, I'd give him a run for his money. And then
Mm-hmm.
you walk outside and the brisk air hits you and you like, nah, I was tripping. I mean, I was good tonight. Good tonight, but I'm not Dave Chappelle where I pull a subject out of a fishbowl and write a joke about it. Like, no.
Yeah. But that joke was pretty damn impressive because I did not see that coming
at all.
Kick them in the pussy. See there, ladies.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's that thing. So you strive for it. So just to be able to do what you love is a beautiful thing.
Oh, I absolutely agree. But is there any movies that you're looking forward to seeing this year? Well, see, to me, it's like the year's already closed out. I'm not going to the theater again. I got a bad screen to see Wolfman the beginning of next year. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but the only movie that I really want to see next year right now at this moment, I'm looking forward to the James Gunn Superman.
Okay, so JW.
Oh, don't get him started on this.
Lose his shit because he wants. Oh, that's what he wants to see. And now my thing is, I'm not like you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not like JW. And what I mean by that is, I have to believe that you guys are purists. You know what I mean? Like, all I know is Superman came from Krypton. He landed. 2 farmers raised him, and then he saved the world.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite Superman is Fat Cavill. He loves Christopher Reeves, and I'm like,
yeah. Well, I understand. Christopher Reeves in my mind is still Superman because that's what I grew up with. Oh,
and I get
Nosferatu, that's actually, that movie's getting rave reviews already, and I do plan on seeing it, but it's not the level of urgency that. Not like a Superman. I'll just put it to you like that. But I heard that this movie, that Nosferatu, is masterful. That's what I've heard from like some of my good friends and stuff so far as I had the opportunity to see it.
And so I mean, Fat Cavill is my favorite Superman. It don't mean I don't want to see this Superman. Now, I didn't see the Batman with Twilight dude because he's gonna always fucking be Twilight dude to me.
It's like. But see, that's a whole other argument. I mean, it's about 45 minutes too long. I like the new Batman movie. Just a little too damn long. It seemed like it could have ended at a point, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, I forgot Catwoman's got my damn goggles and shit on, and we can see all the movie's still happening. I'm like, oh fuck. But anyways.
But Troy, if we didn't get that movie, we wouldn't get the Penguin on Max.
No, you're 100% correct. And I hope they go into that direction with other characters. Like, I wouldn't mind. I don't know if I need to see a movie of Mr. Freeze, but I would definitely like to see the eight episode Mr. Freeze on Max, or many other villains that could be in the Arkham Asylum. So, I mean, that will be an option for me. I don't believe that we're stuck with how successful the Penguin was. I don't feel that we're limited where we have to go see all this shit at the movie theater anymore. You know, so I think it opens up a whole new door of entertainment for us. So.
And I think that's a thing. That's again, it goes back to how we started this. If you can give me something that gets me engaged, and then you give me 8 episodes, and I'm like, fuck, where is 9? I'm there. Yep. Like that's me. Like I'm okay with that. Don't get to talking to me about how it matches up with the comic books now, because I never read the comic books.
See, some people are not like that, but I think that's when you're doing a comic book movie, you got to follow the basic IP first. To attract people, like you just know this is Batman or whatever.
Right.
But you got to have enough nods and winks to the people that grew up and read the comic books as well, and not deviate from the IP where it becomes ridiculous.
Right. And I get that part. Like his origin story or their origin story still has to be whatever it is. Going back to Superman, we know he came from Krypton. Yes. We know he landed in the field. He was raised by farmers, so forth, so on. And then however you do it, don't go way left. But okay, you know what I mean.
Well, that's the good news about this Superman, because there's not going to be no origin story. There's not going to be an origin for Superman or the newer Batman of James Gunn's universe, because in his opinion, like you basically said, that we all know. I mean, there's so many different versions that we can see. Bruce Wayne's parents get killed and stuff in the alley, but pearls and stuff fall in slow motion. So many different versions that we can see that. So
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, why why the fuck you that rich and you walking on the street with Pearl? Why the car didn't come pick you up at the door? But no, your daddy want to run, and now you hanging out in the cave with bats, and you probably have pink eye your whole youth because of all the shit in your eye. See, that's the kind of stuff that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Like at first, the bats are flying rats, bro. Certain things. Okay, I'm sorry, Joe. When Joe pop up,
well, no. I mean, what you're describing is literally called batshit crazy.
Pretty much,
it's an actual thing.
Pretty much. And then you got this one dude. He's your right hand man, and you trust him with everything in your life. And this motherfucker can't tell you stop hanging out in fucking caves, bro. No.
Or caves with teenage boys.
Well, we're not even gonna touch that. That's a whole other thing. Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna go off a little bit, but we're gonna come back. No, we're not. We're not gonna go there. Let's move on.
All right.
I will say the reason why I'm super excited about Superman is just because James Gunn, primarily because I think James Gunn is one of the best storytellers out there in the game. He has characters that I did not give a shit about Peacemaker at all. I mean, not one damn bit. But I'm telling you, Peacemaker is one of the best TV shows.
Oh my God.
And it's probably running a very, very close second on Penguin. It's on the back ass of Penguin. That's how good that show is. I mean, it's just, characters that you would not even give a shit about.
It's just you're bizarre and out there.
Yes. And that's what I want in my Superman. That's what I want my new DCU. And that's what's going to separate DCU.
I mean, they're already showing Mr. Terrific and everything. And
yeah.
So, that's freaking badass. We've never seen him in a film.
There's going to be so many heroes and villains that we've never seen on the screen before. It's going to be damn ridiculous, and it's going to be a treat,
Real quick, Raven, who liked Madam Web? Is he talking about JW?
Where is that? Nope. But you enjoyed Madam Web too. Shaking my head.
First off, it was a dumbass movie, but I like Madam Web. I mean,
but see, Sony makes terrible superhero movies, excluding Spider-Man. I mean, you make that argument, but I never.
Okay, so I took a picture side by side at the end of Madam Web when she's in the electric wheelchair, and then I took a picture from Birds of Prey, the TV series, with Batgirl in the wheelchair. It's almost Oracle? Identical. Yeah, it's really? Oracle. In front of the window. It was almost identical.
See, that's crazy.
Well, somebody, was it you, Joe, that told me Madam Web was supposed to be an old chick anyway? And I was like, well, no, I like the young chick.
Well, yeah, in the original, in the comic and the cartoon series, Madam Web was an old hag, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was a young hag.
Yeah, she had to be. But that being said, Sony making terrible movies. I kind of want to see Kraven.
As do I. I mean,
just oddly.
I watch the Venom movies for what they are. I'm not going into a Venom movie thinking that it's going to be a masterpiece. It's going to be a mindless, violent popcorn flick.
Yeah, I like Tom Hardy.
I like him. I like him as Bane.
I like him as Bane.
Yeah,
I like him.
Yeah, Bane is my boy.
Warrior.
Nice.
Oh damn! I like him in Warrior.
I got Superman half sleeve. Not the Superman half sleeve. So
sure, that's not even a fucking real tattoo. We got one of those to put the water on it. I've never seen that tattoo ever.
It's because I always wear long sleeves to work.
It's dripping into the sleeve.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's not iced tea he's drinking. So
I won't show you where my elephant ear tattoos are.
Please don't. But yeah, so that's the thing. But I like them in Warrior, and that's the other thing. Like, until someone that I like that makes movies make a bad one, like I'm interested in seeing what they do. So going back to your question, I don't follow movies like you guys do to be like, okay, well, 2025 is going to drop this movie and that movie and that movie. There's a lot of black people that, thankfully there's not a lot watching right now that would be mad that I still haven't seen Wakanda Forever. Like, I just felt like
it took me a minute.
Wasn't going to be in it, so I don't want to see it. And so, at some point I'll probably sit and watch it, but Yeah, like,
but see, I have people that'll probably be mad at me. It's because I loved Black Panther, but it's not my top 5 Marvel movies. It's probably like 6 or maybe 7, but it's
right.
not. It's not in my top 5, and that's not a knock on Black Panther. Oh, I
No.
thought the movie was great. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if it was a cultural. I don't know if it like changed or like a cultural experience like everybody made it out to be, but
No,
it is what it is. I didn't want to dress up like I like just got off a flight from Wakanda to the theater or anything, but you
and I
know.
think that's the thing. And I think that, give us another 10, 15 years, there'll be another movie that'll, for whatever reason, galvanize us and make us want to do that trend.
Well, see, I mean, I like that. I mean, I like that part of it, but I mean, Black Panther came out like, or not Black Panther, a Blade came out like 10 years ago. I mean, Blade is what got Marvel Studios rolling. That's the first Marvel Studio movie right there is Blade.
Yeah.
That was highly successful. I mean, Wesley Snipes opened that door. If it wasn't for the success of Wesley Snipes, there might not be a Black Panther.
And that's the thing. And so, I like the movie. I like the original one, but then when it came down to the second one, like you knew going into it that would be the thing because he had them passed, and so how do they move to the next step? And I'm one of those people where I'm like I'm not gonna come to that point with you right now.
Yeah, I wish they would have recasted the role. Even if you just could have if it would have took time just to wait like another year or two to make that movie. Because I mean,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because characters. I mean, like even with Iron Man. I mean, with what's his name? What's his name was Rhodey, and then they switched to the other guy and stuff because of money issues and stuff. I mean, so it's not like it hasn't happened.
And culturally speaking, we're used to it.
Yeah.
Aunt Viv from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, Will Smith got her fired.
He won't admit that, but keep his name out your motherfucking mouth.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff Will Smith don't admit. Lots of stuff.
And then we did the same thing in Family Matters. With the mom when they switched the mom in Family Matters.
Back to the Future Part 2.
Yep, that's true. They actually did switch moms in that too.
Yeah, so it's a thing wherein like you say, give it another year, recast it, and we'll be fine. I mean, white people are okay.
There's plenty of people that could have played Black Panther. I mean, my choice was the not the main black dude from Get Out, but his friend, the guy that was actually caught in the beginning, and he was the one, get out. That's who I wanted to be the next Black Panther. Or even you could just you could have made. I mean, Michael B. Jordan, you could have did something where you say, hell, he's Black Panther now or something.
Yeah,
anything.
He got. I mean, Chadwick got thrown off the damn cliff, and M'Baku found him and just he packed him up with ice and had him just chilling.
Yeah,
which is weird when you think about it. Like, so if the mom and the sister didn't come, what the fuck was they gonna do with his body? He just laying in there all ice.
Exactly. Another great movie that I'm looking forward to see too is Sinners. That's in March also next year. Vampire movie with Michael B. Jordan. So that's going to be another good movie. That's directed by actually the guy that directed Black Panther.
Oh, Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, Ryan Coogler. So I'm highly looking forward to that movie.
Yeah, and then that's the thing. So if I see something, like I see the advertisement for something, and I'm like, then that's when it'll spark my interest. So right now, as it pertains to the question and for the end of the year, the only thing I really want to see right now is Moana 2.
Yeah.
I love animated movies. I want to see how they took it from the first one to the second one, because I think in the situation with animation, not talking about technically speaking, meaning the drawings and all of that stuff there, the storylines to me almost give you room because you're animating it. Like it's not a real world. So some of the weird stuff that's happening in there, the water and the crab underneath there with the gold teeth, because I think he's from Houston, because he riding dirty. Like, it's a thing. So how do you make that happen? So, right now, that's it. When I see a YouTube thing that tells me about the movies that's supposed to come out in 2025, at that point, I'll probably think to myself, okay, I want to see that or I don't. But for the most part, right now, I just want to see Moana 2.
I get that.
And I'm gonna blame it on my granddaughter. My granddaughter want to see.
Well, there you go, gentlemen. In the entertainment industry, what do we always want to do? We want them to come back for more. So we're gonna end it right here.
Okay. Oh man.
And just to see Raven, and just Raven made a comment. I absolutely agree with you that the Blade movie thing. Ironically, that movie was actually called secretly. It was called Vampire in Brooklyn 2. Me and one of my friends searched it up like about a year ago, and it was said that Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan were making a vampire movie. And it's called. Is
Eddie Murphy going to make a cameo?
Well, it was labeled Vampires in Brooklyn 2. I was like, they're making a sequel. But yeah, this was like a year ago, so it was funny. So yeah,
nice. Troy. Absolutely amazing, sir. I knew you guys were going to hit it off. Troy, please tell us again where we can find you on social media and everything, please.
You can find me at Troy Hill Talks Movies on YouTube, also on TikTok as well, and on Instagram. But I'm doing movie reviews, TV show reviews, and doing entertainment news, and I will be doing much more beginning of next year. So I appreciate the time.
Absolutely. And again, thank you for joining us. If you wouldn't mind staying for a moment in the green room, we would definitely appreciate it.
Oh, not a problem at all. Not a problem.
Thank you. Good night.
You're going to put me right there?
What you want to be front and center with the
front and center. Real quick. Just real quick.
Just a tip.
So listen, Earl. I want to say this. The first show I did kind of started out the same way that this show started out. And the one thing that I want to just kind of say, if I could have a moment to be inspirational, please remember, it's never how you start. It's always how you end. And if you get caught up in how you start, especially if it's bad, it can fuck up the whole vibe. I'm glad that this time I did not hold on to how this started, and I was able to enjoy, and I probably out-talked Troy. But we had a great time, and it was a good time. So adversity is a thing. I wanted to say something else clever, but that's it. Adversity is a thing. How you deal with it is how you deal with it. But we gonna be here.
Well, you made me pull you up on full screen, so I think I just make it awkward for a little bit, or not that awkward.
Yeah. So
JW saying open invite for Troy to Loud and Nerdy anytime. Yeah, I mean Troy is amazing. Robert, social medias and upcoming shows.
So I do have a show Saturday, but I can't really tell you about it. All I can tell you is if you ever, as it pertains to these people that putting on the show on Saturday, there is a website called Don't Tell Comedy. If you go on there, you put in your zip code. This is for people that are in Florida. You put in your zip code. It'll let you know when the shows are. And then as it vastly approaches, then it'll tell you where the venues are. So my next show is actually Saturday. My socials, comedian Robert Bass on Facebook as well as TikTok, and then WorldKlassClown Comedy, or WorldKlassClown, I'm sorry. Klass is with a K on Instagram, as well as X, but I don't be on X like that.
Yeah, I think everybody's
I'd be on it, but it'd be for the other stuff, you know. Oh no, okay, too soon. My bad.
And if it's your first time tuning in, please go to the Indie Escape socials, like, subscribe. Doesn't cost you a thing. It means the world to us. We greatly appreciate it. Everybody, thank you for tuning in, chiming in. Robert, any last words?
Hey man, you guys have been great. It's only gonna get greater. I thank you for being here. And we are, at this time, we're doing it every first and third Thursday of the month, with the exception of the beginning of February, for two reasons. A, it's my anniversary, and B, there's some other guy, he might be slightly pasty white. His birthday is around that time, so we're not going to do that one. But yeah, every first and third Thursday.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us again on the Indie Escape Network presents Robert Bass, WorldKlassClown. Good night.